He's up there, he's getting it. Tack in. Right, we made it to Tama-gringo Beach. Good morning, everybody. This anchorage is still a little rolly, not as bad as it was over there. You can really see this morning why this was a really difficult place to come into without the motor. I'll show you around. But waiting for my tea to boil, and I'm reading Nigel Calder's Marine Diesel Engines book. It's really good. The section I'm on is starter motor does not crank. He has this really handy table that like talks you through exactly what it's doing, like a yes/no type one, and things to check. So when cranking my engine, the light just dims and then goes off, which generally means it's a connection problem, or that the starter motor seized. But because we could crank it ourselves, we know that's not the case. So I need to check some electrical connections, which is where I'm going to be reading all about in this section, circuit testing. To give you an idea of this anchorage, there's all these rocks on this side, then there's waves breaking all here, so we had to come in through this little gap. Then we anchored up kind of way over here because it was really the only spot we could get into, because it might not be so easy to tell, but right here is a big reef and it comes all along here, all down to the beach. And then on this side of us, there are a lot more rocks. So as you can see, we're not really very far away from these rocks, but the direction you face means you never get too close to them. But it would be nice to not stay here too long, because well, we've got to keep moving north, one, and also it's just yeah, this anchorage is very, very rolly and not super comfortable, so yeah, we'll see. Are you ready?
Ready. The good news is the rope that I'm attached to is half broken.
Yeah, because the only other rope we have is currently wrapped around the mast.
Good.
Yeah. Maybe just wait for this lake. He's up there, he's getting it. Piece of crap, he's getting bloody twisted.
Maybe tighten this rope that I'm holding the...
Okay. Like that. He's basically got it.
Give me a
Little slack. If your body is that the most comfortable on?
Definitely my balls.
Thank you for retrieving that line. That was hard.
I don't know how that happened though.
You know, who knows? There was a lot of things happening when that happened, so.
This is true.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So keep this engine happy. I am going to just check the oil levels and fill the coolant because it's a little low. And I'm going to check all the electrical connections, even though it has been starting fine now, just to make sure that it's not something like maybe a loose connection to the starter motor or something like this. So yeah, let's get started. It's pretty black. Coolant is nice and full. Well, immediately after saying things looked okay, I wiggled this one and it just completely snapped off, so let's rewire that at least. The problem we have is that this is so rusted, I cannot get it undone. I'll put a little oil on it and see how it goes. But I might just have to kind of jerry rig it with this taped in where it's meant to go for now, until such time that I can get this bolt undone and maybe even replace this little bit here. I mean, that is far from ideal. Basically, I've had to wedge it back in and then tape it. I mean, the connections definitely look like they could be replaced. It's just something, perhaps once I've got the boat hauled out, I'll look at doing that. But I don't obviously want to do any replacing now, because then if I can't find a part or if something breaks, we're kind of in a bad position. And that's also the reason I don't want to try too hard with that bolt, because it's rusted on right around the solenoid and stuff. And so if I like mess up that area too much, I could break other, you know, other wires. And yeah, sometimes while we're underway, a quick fix kind of is more safe than doing it properly until we're somewhere where we can do it properly. Yeah. So hopefully she just keeps on starting for now. The other thing you have to be extremely careful of on an aluminium boat is that these little pieces of copper do not land in the bilge, because they will eat right through the boat. Well, I'm glad it's working. I just know that maybe it won't work for a long time, but hopefully the connections hold up for now. Wow. Oh. We are rolling like crazy. We are in Bahia still. We didn't want to go anywhere today because by the time we did the engine work and went up the mast, we were both pretty tired after sailing all day yesterday, and just the adrenaline of getting in last night, and neither of us slept very well because it's very rolly. And basically all the bays between here and Tama-gringo, which is like almost 50 nautical miles, are rolly, so we figured what's the point in moving to another rolly bay. So yeah, we just went into shore, and I'm all wet because I didn't take the camera because we just went in to fill up our water jugs and get like some fruit like at the store just by the beach. Oh god, we're rolling a lot. And then the dinghy motor wouldn't start. And it wouldn't start, and it wouldn't start. So we're in this like beach up to our necks in water because of the waves. And Jim had to go in and like ask the local fishermen if someone would bring us back out to the boat. And luckily one really nice guy brought us out, towed us out here. And yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the little engine now. It's just not turning over. It's kind of annoying because actually after I did the fix in Wtih Janet, I actually paid to get it serviced at a local Yamaha dealer in Golfito, because I was like, oh, you know, I really should have this taken care of properly. And that was 3 weeks ago. Go figure. Yeah. So it feels a little bit like everything is adding up again, where things like just slowly, like the 12 volt stopped working, we figured that out. Navigation lights stopped working, we figured that out. Janet was playing up, and I think I figured that out, but I mean all I did was like just kind of fix up some connections a little bit, whether that was the problem or not. And now the other motor's not working. I just hope we make it to Mexico without anything going wrong too much. Anyway, yes, but I'm exhausted, like I'm so tired. So yeah, we're gonna just have a really early night tonight, eat some more fish soup so we don't have to cook again, which is really awesome. And tomorrow we're going to head to Tama-gringo, which like I was just saying is like 45 to 50 nautical miles, so it'll be the whole day. So we're going to wake up early and head off. Hope the engine starts. She's started like 4 times since, and everything seems good, so yeah, go from there. All right, I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Wow. We got the dinghy up, we got the motor started first go, Jim's just about to lift anchor. We're going to get out of here because it is just rolly. This is it being very calm. Every now and then we get a proper roll where everything goes flying across the boat. Broke the tiller holder twice. Like, yeah, it's not very pleasant, so we didn't sleep great. Got 45 nautical miles to go until Tama-gringo, but at least hopefully the anchorage is calmer there and we're a bit closer north where we're trying to go, and we've got to keep creeping up. Looks like the Papagayo winds are going to start blowing towards the end of the week again, so we're going to have to like time our departure, I guess, on that. But yeah, keep an eye on things. I'm excited to get out of here though, and hopefully sail. There's a bit of wind. Has been a lot easier so far than going in once with the motor. It's a little choppy this morning, bit of morning sickness in the water as Jim calls it. But yeah, Jim's getting tea and coffee ready, and we'll get out of shitty as it was, I just, yeah, we both felt like it was a bad luck area, so we're ready. We have some very, very mild offshore winds that will probably die down in the next hours. We haven't raised sail yet. But up ahead of us is, it's called Wtih Janet, and around the corner from it is a kind of good surf break that's meant to be very good right now. So we're gonna do a drive-by and perhaps stop in for just an hour and then keep going to Tama-gringo. Just making good time. But the point here has some pretty serious rocks coming off it, so we're giving it a very wide berth and then we'll cut in. Looks like they're feeding over here. They're actually not that big. Maybe they're heading. they might be heading for us. We'll see. Every now and then you can tell when they spot the boat because they start torpedoing. Here they come, yeah. Start torpedoing towards us. Hello, friends. Here they come. Woo! Whoa! If you want to come up, it's okay with the autopilot on. Whoa! It's pretty awesome. Woo! You guys! Look at them all. Now that's a pan-tropical spotted dolphin. God, they're pretty, huh? All right. We are anchored off a little beach with a surf break. We were anchored a bit closer and decided to move further out, even though now it's kind of a long paddle, but I don't know, it's just kind of like scary anchoring right next to surf. So, and every now and then a bigger wave does come through, so we figured better to paddle a little further and not have any problems with the boat. So yeah, we're just going to maybe go for like half an hour to an hour and then we'll be sailing again. It's a pretty rugged coastline here and it's not very well charted, so we just came in very, very slowly from out this way, and yeah, all good. Ah, look at that wave breaking over there. Whee! Big one. So a test of knowing whether you picked a good crew or not is meals they make post-surfing while you autopilot the boat out of the surf spot. Look at this. Fishy tacos. Thank you, Jim. It looks really good. Listening to music, he can't hear me. And look, he hasn't even finished making his yet, and I already have mine ready to eat. How did it turn out? Very good. I haven't taken a bite of the taco yet. Thank you though. You're welcome. I was trying to yell thank you at you, but you couldn't hear me.
Down there. The engine and the music. The water.
It looks really good. Alright, I'll do a taste test. Let's see if I can. Oh, what?
More pinto later for snack if you're hungry.
It's really good. Alright, this is our first attack. We are basically trying to go this way, and somehow when we tacked back here the wind changed direction and managed to push us like not at all at a 45-degree angle like no sail zone should be, but more like 100 degrees difference. So hopefully when we tack back it won't be so drastic. But first, a cup of Earl Grey then we'll tack again. We're like really sailing at the moment, going pretty fast. Okay. Wait for you to unwrap that a little more. Alright, coming into the wind. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I was close. Can you pull it? There we go. It should hopefully, yeah. So, this is my boom, and I'm looking up at the buttons. I've been getting some good tips, and basically I'm trying to get the top button to sit relatively parallel with my boom, or slightly, yeah, I don't know if it's perfect, but it's getting close. And I do that by adjusting this little main sheet here. And you don't have a lot of wind, but we are sailing nicely. But we're trying to get the boat to point a little bit more to windward, because we are having to tack really severely. So it's making it very, very slow going. But nice sailing. Yeah, and we've got the we got the head sail here fairly closely in, trying to be as close hauled as possible to get up into that wind. But yeah, keep the sailing advice coming, because so far I've been told some really good stuff from people, and it's definitely helped us. We are gaining ground slowly, just zigzagging our way up. We're hoping the wind may start coming offshore in the next few hours, and we might be able to get a bit further sailing, but we'll see. But to give you an idea of what we did today, we started down here in Bahia Carrillo, came up and surfed, and then continuing up to Tama-gringo. Tack in. We're once again heading away from our destination so that we can tack towards it. Jim has a lot more patience than me. I get a little frustrated with this type of tacking, where the wind is coming basically from the direction you're trying to go, and you kind of basically feel like you're getting nowhere, but we are getting somewhere, just slowly. Slowly.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Only tacking.
Only purist. He's a purist now.
Come into anchor under sail one time and it's changed me forever.
I don't want to do that again unless I really have to. We should practice it again though when we're in a nice anchorage to practice. So, let me pause this. I'm having a little moment with black sails. I'm just having a rest and gonna watch an episode of something, because I'm like totally beat. We've still got like another probably 4 hours ahead of us, and we are motor sailing now because we just couldn't point into the wind enough. We made like 6 miles gain over like 3.5 hours, so yeah. And the chops picked up a bit too. But Jim has very kindly agreed to take the sunset watch, so I can just take a moment to switch my brain off and then get back on it, so yeah. Well, you guys probably can't see a thing, but Jim is reeling in a fish. We're still about 2 hours out motoring at the moment. I'll get ready. There's another jack, and we've already got some jack meat, so we set him free back into the night.
Enough red meat for a few days.
Yeah, we've been trawling for a mahi, so we want something white if we're gonna keep it, I think. We made it in last night. You can see there's a little wave here that lifts, and there's actually a bit of reef there. And then there were a lot of boats coming in at night, so we anchored a fair bit on the outskirts just to keep away from everybody for now. And we also had to come in with this island just a little to the right of us when we came in, so yeah, but made it in just fine. The engine, when we came in, I was having trouble turning it off. So there's obviously still a bit of a funky connection going on. So I'm just gonna have a look at the back of the actual on-off switch, you know, where the key is today. And I need to have a look at the little Yamaha motor. So, and try and get that working. I didn't do as much filming last night. I actually kind of like napped a bunch on the way in, and Jim basically took control, so I was so tired. But I slept very well last night. It's much less rolly here, so yeah, feeling good to get things done again, and then we're gonna have to basically start moving north again pretty much tomorrow. So yeah, see what the winds are doing, make sure those papagayos aren't blowing anymore. Wow, this would appear to be where I need to start checking wires and things. This little fellow has come off again. This was the bolt I couldn't undo, so I had to just jam it in. So I'm putting some stuff on this bolt to try and make it so that I can actually undo it. So I'll keep doing that, and with any luck I can actually redo this connection, and maybe that's the problemo. Oh, it's a little convincing I managed to get that bolt undone. Just some WD-40 and perseverance. So I'm going to redo the connection to that wire, and then I can put the bolt back in. I'm just giving it a bit of a clean up, and hopefully that was the problem. We'll find out when we try and start the engine. One hard thing with this little wire is it's a very small wire, but the screw is quite large. So all of the fittings I have for these smaller wires are not such a great size for this screw. So I'm going to see if I can crush this one enough to fit it in. But it's a pretty large connection on a pretty little wire, so we'll see. And if not, I've got a kind of, I don't know, moon, I call them a moon clip, like the half crescent or half circle ones. They're not as ideal because they can slip off, but perhaps is the only option. There's a special instrument you can get to do this that I think makes it easier. And yeah, I was going to go a little higher as well if you can. Gonna put a little lecky tape on here. It'd be really nice if this is the problem, because there's so many connections that if this isn't, I just don't know which one to focus on. Okay. That is now reconnected. Yay! I don't know if I was recording when I started the engine, but it started straight away. So it seems that that little wire is playing a large role, and it does go to the solenoid, which goes to the starter, so that makes sense. So hopefully the problem is actually fixed now. Thank you for crimping. Yes, that is a giant playground in the ocean beside us, but we have moved further in the anchorage in the hope that, especially if we end up having to row the dinghy to shore, we're a lot closer. You can see there's a sandbar just behind us, but we're in 4 meters of water at the dead low, and Chuffed, that's plenty. So we didn't want to come in too much further in case that sandbar shallows quickly. But yeah, surrounded by a bunch of party boats and playgrounds. We'll go to shore, maybe get some food, because we haven't eaten like at a restaurant for a month, so we'll do that maybe, and just have a look around Tama-gringo. We made it to Tama-gringo Beach. It had a successful dinghy landing, which I'll probably never film because I'm in total concentration, but Chuffed was put out. And we're just gonna go check out town, but it's really busy because it's Easter weekend.
Culture shocking here.
It is culture shocking, and all we want to do is eat food.
Oh look, another coffee and bakery.
We're basically looking for coffee and bread and things we can't do ourselves. And I mean, we could do coffee and bread ourselves. And we've already had a croissant, and we bought some pesto. This lady, we've had homemade pesto.
Nice,
and now we're finding
French fries.
Yeah, really nice loaf of bread. And now we're just looking for where we want to eat, and because it'll probably be the last time we eat at a restaurant for a while again. Breaking Bad.
Down on this road?
Yeah. Alright, we stocked up with some fruits and veg. Not only did we get a Buddha bowl with noodles at an Asian place, but before that we ate that croissant, and then afterwards we were like, we should get gelato. And now, because we don't really eat that much stuff, we're both a bit like, oh, gelato. But it was really good. It was worth it.
It was worth it.
Now we're gonna have a shower, and then I'm gonna do some video editing, maybe take a little nap or a rest, or just not really do much because we are tired still, believe it or not. Put it into perspective, the motor failed sailing into Korea 3 nights ago, right? Or 2? Not last night, not the night before, but the night before that. Yeah, so like 3 nights, I guess. Less than 72 hours ago. So, although like sometimes the videos come out in a way that it's hard to tell like exactly how quick things happen, that's why we're tired. Because we sailed all day, fixed the motor the next day, then came here yesterday and surfed in the morning.
Because we were getting knocked around.
Yeah, and that we slept terribly in Korea. So yeah, that's why we're both like little shells of humans, and like weirdly excited to go into a town with shops after being in Golfito and Pavones for so long. I was like, oh look, there's a dress shop and there's jewelry and I can buy a croissant here. Like, it was really nice. Anyway, we made it back. Shower time. As you probably hear, it is blowing a gale here in San Juan. So, it's Tama-gringo. We are not in Nicaragua yet. We were just looking at charts and stuff. That's why I got San Juan on the brain. But yeah, the papagayas are blowing through. So the original plan was to probably stay here because of the winds today, and then head to further north tomorrow. And then we were going to go to this marina to get fuel and water before getting into Nicaragua. And we were under the impression that as long as we weren't going into the marina, like for to stay, we could do that while we were checked out of the country, as long as we were heading out. That is not the case. The marina will only let us get fuel and water if we are checked into the country, which we are not. So now we've got to pay, we're going to go into shore now, get water, well, as much as we can in the dinghy, which isn't much. And then tomorrow we've had to pay this dude like $50 to come pick us up, get all of our water jugs, all of our diesel. We'll take it all into shore, fill it all up, bring it all back. So yeah, so we're going to go land the dinghy on the beach in this wind, which will be fun. And then yeah, just get at least as much water as we can today, and then yeah, just get enough to get to San Juan basically. So that's today's plan. Yeah, so you'll probably see us tomorrow when we're collecting more stuff, and then hopefully on Tuesday so today's Sunday, Easter Sunday, hopefully on Tuesday we can start actually getting further north. Basically there's like probably 3 anchorages we'll stop at just to hop up the coast because of these winds, and then San Juan is only 20 nautical miles from our final anchorage. So yeah, look at this wind. Whee! All right, we made it. 15 gallons of diesel, 20 gallons of water, like 20 kilo propane tank, plus the last of the groceries. Laundry plus laundry. And we were gonna do laundry on the boat, but because we were running out of water, we couldn't refill, so lucky we didn't. Yeah, so we're like totally exhausted. Gonna rest up this afternoon. Tomorrow we will head to probably Barrios, but we'll see in the morning how far we want to go. And hoping, yeah, to be in Nicaragua in a week. So yeah, I mean, best laid plans, right? We'll see what happens. We weren't even, Tama-gringo wasn't even a stop, and now we've been here 3 days. So, you know, you just never know.
I really hope you're enjoying these Chuffed adventures. Next episode, we continue on the journey north, and very soon for you guys, we will be in Nicaragua, where we've already helped over 100 animals, but we want to do even more. So if you haven't already subscribed, given this video a like, or if you'd like to make a donation, please follow the links below and do so. We really appreciate it. Until next time, stay chuffed, everybody.